Well, hey everybody, welcome to Young Adult Edition. I am so excited to see you. Over on the right side of your screen is our chat box. Feel free to drop us a line, tell us where you're from. I'm seeing that you guys are popping in. Hey, welcome. So thrilled to see you. Now today we are so excited to welcome an incredible author and a fabulous friend of mine, Christy Sloat, and she is going to be joining us to talk all about her book, Who We Were. Now before we get started, let's get to our intro. Okay, here we go. I see that we've got Connie in the house. We've got all sorts of people joining us. Welcome, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are here with Christy. Christy, how are you?
I'm very good. Hi, glad to be here.
I'm so excited to see you. Now, today we are going to be talking about one of your awesome books. I'm so excited. But first, I need to know, how's everything going? You having a good week? Everything good?
Yes, having a great week. Thanks for asking.
Fantastic. We are going to talk all about that in just a little bit, but the first thing we want to do is hear about your book. So I know you have a whole bunch of books, but today we're talking about one in particular. It happens to be one of my favorites, and I'm going to ask you to tell me all about Who We Were in under 1 minute. So do you have your timer on your phone ready to go?
I absolutely do. I'm ready.
I am ready to go too, and so I'm going to press start. You press start too, and launch in. You've got 1 minute. Do it.
Okay, no pressure. Okay, Who We Were is about a girl named Sadie who decides to take a little time off from her summer and go to a school named Alcott High to do summer school so she can get some extra credits. But this puts a lot of pressure on her best friend, Lily, and it kind of hurts their friendship a little bit. But there's some new guys there at Alcott High, but one of them is really dangerous, and he's dating Lily. So this kind of really hurts their friendship. I really hope they can repair it. Can they? I don't know. Guess you'll have to read and find out. 23 seconds.
Woohoo! You did it. Good job. That was like well under a minute. You did it. Fantastic.
That's right.
Sometimes we have people go right up to the wire, and sometimes they just nail it. You nailed it. So yay that. So we're going to learn a little bit more about Christy's book in just a little bit, but before we get started with that, I want to play a little game. So Christy, how about we play Would You Rather confetti style?
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Now I know you've got your confetti with you. You've got some fun confetti today. I'm so excited. Hold it up and show everybody.
Here it is.
So I think she's going to be using it like pom-poms today, which is going to be awesome. And we're going to play Would You Rather. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and Christy has to tell us, would she rather do the choice A or choice B? And she will wave her little pom-poms for us as we go. So over in the chat box, I want you guys to be posting your answers to these questions because we want to see what you have to say as well. So Christy, here we go.
Yes.
Would you rather kill off a character that you love or have to suffer through a character you don't like for the rest of all of your books?
A.
Okay, well, we know where Christy's books go.
Absolutely, I do it all the time.
You do like to kill people off. It's all good.
I do.
It's all good.
A little bit.
Should we just talk about your other series where the whole thing revolves around
killing?
No.
Sure.
Okay, would you rather have a terrible review or would you rather have a terrible dinner?
B.
That was a random one. That was a very random one, but I figure we like food around here, so we asked a question.
Yes.
Okay. So would you rather never be able to write your character again, the one character that you really love, or would you rather not be able to write a sequel to something you had planned a sequel and left on a cliffhanger?
Oh my God, that's hard.
I know.
Okay. A.
All right, there we go. So that was our game. We're going to move on And I'm really excited about this next thing because we are going to be talking about an exclusive piece of information. So I know you have something big to announce to us today. Can you go ahead and tell me what this exclusive piece of information is?
Well, I haven't told anybody except for the people like closest to me, my best friends and the girls in my group. But I have planned to go with Silver Wings to publish my next book. I'm really excited.
Yay, I'm so excited too. I actually knew about this, and this is going to be such a great thing for you, for your books, and for Silverwings, because it's going to be an amazing partnership. I cannot wait to see what happens. So that actually brings me to my next question. What is the best thing that happened to you this week?
Well, I'm going to be putting the cover together very soon for this next book, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. It totally made my week so happy. I love planning covers.
Covers are the best thing. You know, I'm a fine arts photographer, so covers are a big deal to me. So I love that you are working on your covers. It's gonna be so great, and I cannot wait for you to debut it to everybody. Now tell me, because we are talking about this lovely book world of ours, what is your biggest book nerd problem? Because you know, as bookish people, we all have some problems, and we all have different ones that affect us differently. So what is your biggest book nerd problem?
Well, I'm a huge book nerd, and I say that with pride. But my biggest book nerd problem is that I do not have any shelves in my home. All my books are in 31 bags, and they're the big totes, and they're all tucked in there and tucked under my bed, which makes me extremely sad. It is like not good. So I need some shelves.
That is the most amazing visual. Like, not only do you not have shelves, but you don't just have them stacked up somewhere. They're in 31 bags, which I feel like needs to be an Instagram picture one of these days.
I will do that for you. I have some stacked up, but it just feels so sad. They look so sad laying there on the floor. It's not right, Katie.
That's so well, that's not, but I'm not one to talk because my books are all stacked up on my desk over here. So
there's a word for that, and I read it in a book, and I cannot remember what it's called, but it's like someone who has a problem with stacking books all over their room. I'm gonna have to search, but that's me. And obviously, that's you too.
That is totally me. Guys, if you know the word for that, put it over in our chat box right now because I would love to find out what that is because I do not know. So, it looks like we may be having a little trouble over in our chat room, so I apologize for that. I hope that it's working. If you guys could just type in there and let me know if this is working, I would appreciate it. But I got a nice little warning up on my thing, so if this is not working for you, type on our Facebook page and we will be checking that for questions, which is actually something we're going to get to in just a few minutes. So, Christy, let's jump back into your book. Now, I know this takes place over the summer, and this is actually a really good book about friendship. So, tell me a little bit more about the story. Was this inspired by something that happened to you, or is this something that you watched happen to someone else, or is this just an idea that you kind of rolled with?
It's pretty much a mixture of the first two. It did happen to me. I did go to summer school between my junior and senior year because I wanted to kind of finish the day off early my senior year. So it gave me extra credits and I was able to go home like before anybody else, which was super cool. And then I did like college classes for dental assisting, which obviously I'm not a dental assistant anymore, so it didn't really work out for me because now I'm a writer. But it also did happen to a friend of mine. So two of the characters are based upon me and my friend in high school, and she was dating someone much like the character Oliver, who was dangerous for her, and I was very worried about her. And sadly, it took that worry, and it kind of broke our friendship apart. But we didn't talk again until actually graduation day. And I'm really happy to say that we're still friends after all these years. We met when we were 11, and we're both in our mid-30s. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but mid-30s is good enough. But was just laying in bed thinking about how crazy that time in my life was, and that's how who we were was inspired because it's who we were, not who we are now.
That's a very good point. We change as we grow, and we have to look back and see where it is that we came from and how all these things have led to who we are. So who we were really defines who we are. Now, I know you've got a lot of really cool things going on within this story, and I know that we've got some really cute boys in this story. Can we talk about that?
Sure. Everybody loves cute boys. So there are two major cute boys, Nash and Nolan, and I'm not going to tell you a lot about them because I want them to find out, you know, the significance of these two boys. But Nash is the head of the football team. He's the quarterback and the captain, and, you know, every girl, like, sighs when he walks by, and he actually has his eye on Sadie, our main character. By the way, that did not ever happen to me in high school, so no quarterback was ever interested in me, so that's just totally of my imagination. And then there's Nolan, who's this, like, snarky, of course he's attractive, but he's the snarky guy that kind of gets on Sadie's nerves. But, you know, sometimes the guys that get on your nerves, you can get a little attracted to them at times. So those are the two main boys in the book.
Fantastic. Now, I know within your covers, you spend a lot of time getting those ready. You have a lot of input in those, and I know that you've got a lot of stories behind all of your covers. And I love this cover because the colors are so pretty, and everything's just, it's very, very in tune with your story. And sometimes in the book world, book covers are not necessarily in tune with the story. So what can you tell me about this cover?
Well, I have it here with me today. I can tell you that a good friend of mine who lives in Georgia, she did the photography. The boy on the cover is her son, who's a very, very sweet boy. And his girlfriend, not his girlfriend, but his girl that's a friend, modeled with him. I'm not sure why his girlfriend didn't, but she's adorable too. But these two, they were not camera shy, and they did all sorts of beautiful photos. And the book is like based down south, but I don't really say where. And these two are from Georgia, so it just kind of, it was perfect. And so she did the photography, and then of course the cover artist did the covers, and I just love the colors. And then, you know, the back is just plain, you know, everything's real easy to read. And then here's the spine. I loved that the V was bold. That's something I really wanted. But yeah, this is one of my favorites. And if you have the print book, it's really soft. I know that's like a major thing. Like, books are soft. That's important for me. But yeah, so I had a lot of say in that, which doesn't really happen often when you're publishing. They really ask you absolutely, like, they don't ask you for your input at all. But Inca Group let me have a lot of say in a lot of my covers.
That's fantastic. Now tell me, how long did it take you to write this story? Was this one of those that you just pumped out really quick, or did it take you a little bit of time to get it the way that you wanted it?
This was a very fast write, like 6 months. I knew exactly what I wanted to say. I plot a little bit. I'm kind of more of a pantser than a plotter, but I do write down all my main characters' information because you will forget eye color if you're a plotter or pantser. I don't know how you do that. Like, some pantsers just go for it. But I forget a lot of things along the way, and I know Katie and I were talking about, I've written a lot of books, and I forget character names. So before we came on, I was actually writing down these character names because I totally forgot. Okay? I'm a mom of 2. I got a lot on my plate, and there's a lot of character names. So
that is so funny.
I do have to plot a little bit, but it was a very, very fast rate.
So, exclusive fact there, guys. Christy sometimes forgets her characters' names, and she has to write them down.
Yep. Sorry.
I feel like that's a sign of a true author, though. Like, when you are writing so much and you have so much going on, little things like eye color and names and locations, that can sometimes slip your mind, especially if it wasn't the most recent manuscript that you have written. So I feel like that's kind of a badge of honor that you had to write those names down.
Yeah, we could say that. I can't remember everything, you know. Like I said, I'm a mom, and, you know, we're moms. They got to remember everything for you, for your husband, for your kids. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, and then to remember all that stuff for your book kids, too, that's a lot to deal with.
They are like your children. They are.
They really are, aren't they? I feel like we should have you on an episode of RTTV and have you talk about how your book characters are also like children.
Yes.
How to take care of your book children,
them.
right?
Yes, love them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so guys, this is the part of the show where we are wrapping up. We've got about 10 minutes left, and we want your questions. So go ahead and jump into the chat box. I know we're having some trouble. I don't think that you guys are necessarily able to put in your questions right now. So make sure that you're sending those to our Facebook page, where I will pull that baby up and check that as we go. Just put that in there so that we can answer your questions, because I think that we're having some issues over in our chat box. So you guys know how to do that. But if for some miraculous reason our chat box is working, make sure you're using that red question mark tab so that we know what is a question and what is just conversation. So go ahead, put those questions in now. And while you are sending us your questions through our Facebook page or through our chat box, if by some miracle it works, we are going to tell you just a little bit about a surprise that we have for you. And actually, it's not that much of a surprise because we do this every week. Every single week on Young Adult Edition, we are giving you a sample chapter from the story that we are talking about that day. So you've heard all about who we were at this point, and you are probably itching to get your hands on it. And the good news is you get to test it out this week. So starting tomorrow, it is going to be up on our Facebook page. There, under our header, there is a tab that says Learn More. If you click on that, that'll take you to a direct download of the first chapter of this book. Now, if you are with us live, and I hope that you are, I am going to be dropping that in the chat box right now, right this very second. I am copy and pasting and popping it in there so that you have access to this too. Now, if you are joining us in our rebroadcast on our YouTube page, you can jump down and check the show notes, because we will have the link in there as well so that you can get your hands on a copy of the first chapter of this amazing story. And I have read this. It is a fantastic story. You definitely want to get your hands on this. So jump on, grab that first chapter, and then you're going to want to jump on and grab the full thing when we're done. So I am going to take just a minute and pull up our questions. One of them just popped up right now on my phone. And, oh, this is a good one. So Connie has written in, Christy, what is your biggest writer problem? So what do we have?
Okay, well, Connie, let me level with you here. Every author has problems, but I think my biggest problem is trying to focus and not being able to write at all during the day. I wish that I could, because I do work. I have a day job, and I get done that job at 2. And I would love to be able to write as soon as I get home, but unfortunately, my mind is wired to nighttime writing only, because when I started writing, I had a little baby. And she's not so much a little baby anymore. She's now 6. But I cannot write at all during the day. It's like my focus is off. So the only time that I can write is when my kids are absolutely quiet and in bed. It's like my mind does not work until they're asleep. And then the creativity flows. So it would be really easy, a lot easier actually, if I could write at any time during the day. So I think that's my biggest author problem.
Fantastic. So that actually brings me to our next question. Do you typically write in large bursts, or do you kind of spread out how you are writing or when you're writing, so you only write when you have inspiration?
I do write a lot when I have inspiration. Sometimes I get ideas in the shower, and I have to get out of the shower. And when you have curly hair, I mean, that's not easy, because you can't walk around without product, okay? So I jump on and then write down that idea, and then later in the evening, I will grab that idea and I will just write for an hour, 2 hours, however long. But anytime I get an idea, I absolutely have to write it down. I'm very thankful for my phone because I have notes in there. So, I do also get ideas when I'm driving, but I would not suggest to type those ideas while driving because that's illegal. So sometimes I do pull over, believe it or not, and write it down.
Wow, that's fantastic. I feel like the next time you come on the show, I want you to specifically tell me a scene that you wrote on the side of the road.
I probably still have it in here. So yeah, next time I come on.
We're so going to do that. That's a new segment on our show, guys. What's on the author's phone? We're going to find out.
That's funny.
This is what happens when Christy and I hang out. We come up with all sorts of fun things.
We're absolutely so alike, you and me.
We really are. We really are. We need to hang out in person. We've done this before, but we're only a state away. We need to make this happen.
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
Okay, so our next question, how long have you been writing?
Well, I've been writing since my little baby girl was born in 2010. I got this idea for The Many Lives of Avery Snow, but I had that idea for a long time. I just didn't have the guts to write it. I quit my job at the dental office, which I did tell you wasn't for me. I have been doing dental for 12 years and just could not get this idea for this book out of my head. So I had a perfect time when I had a little baby at home. And I did a lot of that writing with her in one arm, and I typed a lot with one hand. And I've been doing it ever since.
Fantastic. Now, how many books do you have published currently?
I currently have 10 books published. I have one that is fully written and in the hands of a special publisher. Oh, I can't say anything. That's all I can say. I can't say anymore. I hope to have better news in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or however long it takes. But yeah.
Oh, that is so much fun. And we might have to drop an exclusive over on the Young Adult Edition Facebook page when we find out. So keep your eye out for that. Now, Christy, Alexis wants to know, what advice would you give to a new writer?
I get asked this question all the time on my Facebook page. I think it's something that everyone asks. I do have for your information, facts on my blog. It's christysloat.blogger or blogspot.com, sorry, which I do answer a lot of these questions because I get asked the questions a lot. But my biggest advice to you is, if you're approached by a publisher just out of the blue that you met on Facebook, read all their information. Ask them everything. Be sure to get their credentials. Even have a lawyer look over your contract, because my very first publisher was a huge problem, and they stole my royalties. And I can tell you that there are a lot of publishers out there that do that. And I don't know if you know who Dustin Perry is from Ghost Hunters, but I just recently met him, and he had the same thing happen to him. This is a guy on television, and he's famous, and this happened to him. So it can happen to anyone. So if you're planning to self-publish, just do your homework and make sure your cover is fantastic and that your editing is flawless, because they will tear you apart. I know from fact that happened to me.
Yeah, now over at RTTV, which is my educational channel for my authors where I teach branding, marketing, and social media strategy, we always say, well, before you sign any contract, before you make a deal with anybody, have a lawyer, a publishing lawyer, look it over. And you can find all sorts of information over on ratingtransforms.com about that. So if you are working on something like that, make sure that you check in with professionals. You can ask me, you can get information from my educators, and we can help you out with that and make sure you're all covered. So Christy, I've got one more question for you before we move on, and that is, I know that you've got a lot of characters that you have written throughout all of your books, but do you have a favorite or a close to favorite? I'm seeing the faces you're making. This is going to be a good answer. Tell me what you've got.
Okay, that is not easy. All right, because I love them all. We discussed that. But I think that my favorite is probably Briley from The Brown House. Her and Rory from Slumber. They're both a lot alike, but Riley is real special because like she's the first character that I wrote 3 books on. So like I had a lot of time with her. And I still owe everybody one more book in that series. It's going to happen. But I'm just kind of waiting for her to talk to me. She's like off at college right now. So I'm waiting for her to, come on, Riley, talk to me. But yeah, Riley's probably my favorite.
Fantastic. Okay, so now we have learned all about who we were. We've heard from Christy about being an author. We've had some exclusive information and secrets dropped today. And now we are going to get on to our very last segment, which is Kisses and Confetti. So every week here at Young Adult Edition, we do Kisses and Confetti. Kisses are for the things that we love, and confetti is for the people that we love. And we always throw our... That didn't go well. We always throw... That didn't go well either. We throw our confetti. Sometimes it doesn't work. Wow, it's been a beautiful day. We're going to do kisses and confetti. I'm going to put my confetti down because clearly it doesn't like me today. Just for the record, my confetti was blue to match the cover, so boom. That's my confetti. So Christy, tell me, who are your kisses for and who is your confetti for this week?
Okay, so my confetti's for people we love, right?
Yes, confetti is for people, kisses is for things.
Okay, my confetti is for my husband, so I have to throw it. I don't know how well that went. That didn't go. There it is. It's Easter grass, people. See? And then kisses are for things we love. So the things that I love are my books. Thank you, books.
That's fantastic. So listen, guys, we are going to say goodbye to Christy in just a minute, but I want to let you know about what else is going on. So if you are hanging out with me today and you happen to be a fabulous author, I'm going live in just about half an hour for RTTV, and we are going to be talking about 5 ways that you can prepare to market your book while you're still writing it. So if you have already... or if you're writing your book and you are not currently marketing it, you are so far behind. And we're going to talk about 5 practical, easy, simple ways that you can get ready to market your book while you're writing it right now. And if you are a fan, I hope that you will join us next week for another Young Adult Edition. We will be having Jody Andrzejewski. She is the author of The Girlfriend Request and The Society. She will be joining us next week for amazing games and secrets and all sorts of fun things. So Christy, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to throw some confetti again, and then I'm going to let you throw your confetti and say goodbye. So here we go. I'm going to try to throw it.
Okay.
That worked better.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
You can throw your confetti now.
We got a whole ball of it for you.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And guys, I hope you will come back. Make sure you are jumping onto our Facebook page. So that is facebook.com/Young Adult Edition. And we are on there bringing you exclusive information. So every day we're dropping a new secret from a different author. We are giving you all sorts of in-depth looks at our authors' books. We are connecting you to these people. We are playing games. We are dropping information about books. And it is so much fun. So I hope that you will join me. Make sure you drop a comment on our Facebook page and let me know what author you want to see on Young Adult Edition next. And make sure you tag them in it because that is how we make friends. That is how we connect with these people. And that is how we know that they know that you want them on the show. So make sure you are tagging your authors in there. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what I should be reading. And let's make Young Adult Edition a fabulous place to be to get all of your first look information at authors and books. So tell your friends, make sure you're directing them to the page, and let me know who you want to see next. I'm KM Robinson of KM Robinson Photography and Reading Transforms, and this has been Young Adult Edition. Thanks so much, guys. You stay inspired. Have a fantastic week.